How is everybody doing today? In this video, we are going to be taking the headliner unit, which is going to be Kanade as the DPS, of course, or the damage dealer of this score battle. And we're going to be bringing her into the highest difficulty plus all the modifiers. And we're going to be bringing this team. Now, of course, there is a big, glaring asterisk with this team just because they don't contain the other two collab units. And right now, the reason so is I just have a lot easier time piloting this team with Aoi because of course, the Angel Wings that allow me to not have to deal with how strong this dude is with one-shotting my DP bar with his own attack up, with his own AoE attacks, and especially because these modifiers make it a little bit harder with the lower DP that we are getting on each character, and they also get an attack and defense increase, which they already can give themselves more attack, which is kind of wild. And of course, I don't have the best of best accessories on these characters, and also for the fact that my always a little bit higher level than my Ari. And Ari does play a lot better into Kanade just because Ari is able to give this overheal from her EX skill, which is something that Kanade specifically wants because it does allow her to do a little bit more damage. If you look at this move, you're able to do a good bit extra damage when she has that overheal at full health. So right now, this is the team we're going to be bringing. The Ice team at the current moment, from what I can remember or as I can see, is that a lot of characters aren't able to consolidate a bunch of buffs onto one character, like how we have someone like Kanzaki who's able to get hit counts from her S exchange unit, and then she also has her regular Memoria, which is giving destruction and able to boost that percentage by a high amount just from her damaging skill. And not only that, she's able to get ice attack boost from her own character as well. So this kind of consolidates two extra slots because you wouldn't need Yinksha because she can give herself hit count, and you wouldn't need Chie because she can give herself the attack boost for ice, allowing you to save two slots, and that would give you the opportunity to of course bring someone like Yuri, who is able to give that extra destruction meter, which will kind of help out Kanzaki a little bit more, which we could bring into another video if I get the chance to do so. But this technically would work a little bit better having that Yuri and also Kanzaki together to be able to share those extra slots. And like I said, Irie is a pretty good unit and kind of plays into Kanade a little bit more. The only reason I'm using Aoi, like I said, a lot easier to pilot because she does have the Angel Wings. That just allow you to just face tank the enemy as much as possible. We're bringing Chie here for the ice attack and also ice crit damage boost. Tama for the Mind's Eye plus the crit boost and the crit rate boost. Sadly, we are double dipping into Mind's Eye because we do have Heavenly Insight from her SS1, which allows us to get Tag Vision, but Tama's is a lot more, I can say, consistent with all the buffs that she's getting. I don't have to worry about pumping the SP into Heavenly Insight to get Kanade her EX skill quicker. But other than that, and then Mia here is of course going to give us the fragile plus defense boost, defense drop on the enemy, which is gonna of course help us do a little bit more damage. Sadly, no music with this boss battle, just because I don't know if it's copyrighted and I don't want this channel blown up off of the face of the earth. So that is going to have to put my own music in here. But let's go ahead. We're gonna bring in Aoi, throw in skillful means because of course we want to get that Angel Wings as fast as possible, and then we're gonna start buffing up Kanade while she's in the back line. Now Kanade, I think limit break 3 doesn't need a character to boost her over her overheal threshold, because if you're limit break 3, I think she consistently heals herself in the back line and front to be able to eventually hit that threshold as time goes by. So right now we're gonna pop Angel Wings because of course we want to just go ahead and face tank all this damage. Thankfully we ended up taking that damage with Aoi because of course she's the character that we just don't want to get she will be the one that wants the damage over everybody else. Now that we have one more instance of Angel Wings, right now we can use Chie to get our extra turn and then get a discount on the SP used on her EX skill. And then after that, we should be pretty good to go ahead and break the bar of the score challenge boss. So we're gonna go ahead and use the EX skill. It's gonna give us a nice amount of overdrive gauge as well. Just a little bit extra to add on top. They're giving themselves an attack up. Like I said, that junk hurts. If you don't have anything to stop that, that junk hurts. Kanade still has one more turn left of the, what is it called? before she gets her EX skill. So what we're going to do here is we're going to weaken with Mia here. And then right now, I think we're pretty good. We'll just leave it as is. I don't think I need more of the buffs to be able to crack the shield. Because right now, we're just aiming to crack the shield. That's all we're doing right now. We gave the weakening, so we should be fine. No one broke their bar, which is really good. Kanade is ready, which is nice as well. We don't get an extra turn. I think I have a move that gives an extra turn plus vulnerability, I feel like. But I could be wrong. But right now, we should be pretty good. We can throw on a vulnerability on top of them, plus the Kanade EX skill. And this should be good enough already to just crack. That way, we can go ahead and start setting up once more with Angel Wings. And also being able to work on buffing up Kanade a little bit more as well. I really like that animation. That's so nice. But with the DB bar gone, now we can go ahead and start working on the buffing of Kanade. So we have Sutama there, hit count buff there, and then we also are going to pop our Angel Wings. No overdrive gain this time because right now we have no one attacking, but we are going to try to save this so that we can combo the double fragile on top of each other with Mia. That we get the discount plus double fragile. It's just gonna be a lot of extra damage for us here. So we got our Angel Wings. We can go ahead and use the EX again with Tama on Kanade to get that last bit of crit rate crit damage. And because our Yingsha isn't ready, we can, and we also have another instance of Angel Wings, we can go ahead and let Chie buff up our Kanade as well, which will give us a little bit closer to our overdrive gauge, which is of course going to give us enough to double stack the fragile that comes from Mia. So this should give what we need. Okay, it does. So we're getting closer. We got our last instance of Angel Wings right here. I think we might have it. We do have enough for one more Angel Wings. That's all I'm saying. This character is crazy. That character is crazy. We can replace Chia so that we can get the SP to Kanade because of this S rank at her limit break right now. We're just going to go ahead and just do Angel Wings and we should be fine. This will give us time to get hit count for Kanade once we get into this next turn. And when we give the hit count to Kanade, we should be ready to start setting up. So that's hit count. This is going to be vulnerability. Then I use overdrive and then she has enough. Yeah, we should be good. Yeah, we should be good. So that's the last hit count buff we need. This is going to be a fragile on top of the enemy. With the fragile, we get a discount on Mia's EX. That's perfect. Kanade as well will also be able to use her EX. And I feel like we can squeeze something else in, but it doesn't look like it entirely. And I already have double crit. We have double crit, double rate, double tag, double. We have ice and crit. We could squeeze in one more, but that would take a little bit more turns. We have the double attack. We look like we're pretty good to go in all honesty. So with that being said, we're just going to go ahead, start this off with Yingsha. We're going to get our fragile plus our defense down here with Mia. And this should pretty much be it. The only other way we'll be able to get a little bit more damage in would be from getting more destruction on top of the enemy, which would take a little bit more turns. And we also don't have a character that good in being able to do so on this team specifically. And then we would also, of course, want the extra, what is it? Score? Not score. We would want the extra, what am I looking for? Oh, ice attack and ice crit damage from Chia. But again, this will take more turns to be able to get that extra bit of damage. But with that being said, with that type of score, was it like 566? You basically get every single thing here except the platinum trophy, which eventually I'll hit it. I just haven't had the time. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it when it comes to Kanade specifically herself. A lot of the really good units that were in this team, like something like Yingxia and also Aoi, you can pretty much just get them for free with these tickets. You're able to just pick up Yingxia, pick up Aoi. They both are really good at limit break 0. They get even better at limit break 3. I think for Yingxia specifically, she ends up being really good just because she can boost the amount of buff you're getting with limit break 3, and then Aoi is just really good no matter what, as long as she has limit break 1, just so you can get that extra SP to make it a little easier to get angel wings. I think that's all that you need realistically. Eventually we will get the chance to work with Yuri and also Irie. Yuri being a little bit harder to put into a team just because right now I feel like the ice team isn't as consolidated with all of one unit possibly having multiple buffs. Like, we have so many different characters that are good at one thing, but they don't necessarily are able to work in other areas. Like Mari right here, she can work as a good destruction unit. Yeah, no, actually she's just good as a DPS, but with DPS she also can be a fielder. We don't need a DPS, we only need the fielder, right? So someone like Kanade is gonna have to share kind of a role with Mari, and Mari's only there to be able to do the field, and that's pretty much it. She kind of gets no use after she uses her one-time field, besides maybe softening up that boss or that score battle. So that's why I couldn't really put Mari on the team. Plus, for the fact that Chia was here, we kind of needed Chia for the ice damage bonus to be able to get a little bit more damage in. And there's just so many different characters like Miko, who we also didn't get to use because we have our Mia, who has the fragile and defense down, and having both of those all in one go is a lot better than just the one defense down for ice that Miko has. So yeah, there's some characters that we technically could not use because of how everyone's kind of like in their own role and not mingled into one, like someone like Kanzaki, who's able to, you know, have hit count, have their own ice attack boost, have their own devastation increase or destruction increase, that allows you to be able to get extra slots on your team, because you don't need to prioritize having a slot for Yingxia, having a slot for Chie, which those two provided what I just said for Yingxia. You would have 2 extra slots, so that means you could throw in someone like Yuri with the devastation boost, which would technically help Kanzaki a little bit more because she does damage plus devastation, and then you would be able to do a lot more with something like that. But other than that, that's gonna be it for this video when it comes to the angel beats like I say, highlight unit, which is going to be Kanade in this score battle, practically getting every reward in the game. Hopefully y'all are having fun with Kanade and or Yuri. I would love to be able to play Yuri a little bit more just because the super break stuff is kind of cool, and I cannot wait for the day that Unison Yuki comes out so that I can use the light Yuki with it, with the passive skill. Ooh, I can't wait. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all next one. Peace.